So this is AC Starlord, aka Austin. I totally forgot about this movie. It's a movie that I saw right after the Marvels, and it's called It's a Wonderful Knife. Now, it's a play on words of a classic movie that everyone has seen and everyone knows about, called It's a Wonderful Life. It's a Wonderful Life. Basic same concept as that movie, except it's more of a slasher movie. So just like we're getting Thanksgiving, the slasher movie, not the actual holiday. Well, we are getting the actual holiday, but the movie itself about the holiday. This is basically kind of the same thing, where it's a girl named Winnie and her family, and also have you have Justin Long in it. That's also in Goosebumps now. This is also a Shatter movie, which is also in theaters, and I think it's still gonna be on there at the same time. It's at AMC. But basically, a girl named Winnie and her friends were at a party, and then that's a basic concept. But then also Justin Long is the mayor of the town, and he wants to get rid of all the rich people in the town, or the people that at least have some money, so he can profit from the town. And he kills all the wealthy kids' families so they can force them to have property, another part of the property of Angel Falls. That's what they call it, the town, to make a different part of Angel Falls. And he's dressed up like an angel because, well, the town's called Angel Falls. And it's a kind of a cool costume. It's all white with a silky white mask, kind of like Scream, but with a different, instead of not like a Scream mask, it's a different kind of a mask. But first time I've seen an all white silky robe, a mask with a knife that has wings at the end of it, like this. I mean, by the whole, it's kind of cool. Beginning, he goes off in a killing spree. He kills off a girl's grandfather, Winnie's best friend's grandfather. Before that, he kills that girl, and then Winnie stops him, and it ends up being the mayor, and then that's the beginning of the movie. And then the second half of the beginning of the movie goes a couple years after that, where Winnie kills the mayor. Everyone blames her, and she doesn't like Christmas because of that reason anymore, and so on and so forth. So she gets to the point where she goes back to her annual party, like they did in the first movie. Like they did for the first part of this movie. And they have the party, but she's not having fun. So she goes by the pier and says, "I wish I was never born." Now, the wish I was never born part makes it part of the wordplay of the title of the movie, It's a Wonderful Knife. Because again, it could have been A Wonderful Life, but it's a wonderful knife where, okay, someone gets stabbed. It's a stabby movie. Someone gets stabbed. Her best friend gets killed. She kills the mayor, and she wants to go back to a different life. So what she does is go to a different. She says, "I don't want to be born," and that's the same kind of concept that's The Wonderful Life, where he wishes that he's never been born, and George Bailey never realizes the effect on the people he has in his town. Well, Winnie never had Winnie, my bad. Winnie doesn't understand the effect that she had on her town and her people. The people that you come across with in life all have a purpose in your life or for your life. And sometimes those people come in and out of your life, but they're still in your life regardless of who they are and what they do in your life. You affected their life at some point for good or bad. And even so, when you wish, well, in this case, when George and Winnie did wish themselves to not be born, they didn't understand even the people that were in their life for a brief time, or people that were there for a brief time, or people that were there for a time or two, and then things went bad, or the good times, they were there for a reason. God put them there for a reason, always. But going off of this movie, Winnie was like, okay, well, I want my family back, and her family was different. Her mom and dad were different. Her brother instead of saving her brother, and like in the beginning of the movie, which I forgot to mention, she saves her brother in the beginning of the movie. Instead of her brother being saved, her brother gets killed by the angel killer. And then, but how is this like, oh, but is there an angel killer in this one? Yes. So in the world that she's got reborn into, there's an angel killing people, but she doesn't realize it's not the mayor. It's not the mayor, which is Jason Long, which he does a fantastic job playing this mayor. It seems like he has some fake teeth in this movie, because when you see him in Goosebumps, it's a little bit different, kind of chompers and stuff like that. Like he opens up his teeth and it's all fake looking. So yeah, I don't know if they made him look different in this movie or what, because you go back in Goosebumps and he looks completely like normal, somewhat. But it's not him, it's someone else. And she teams up with the weird girl that they had in when she was born, and they end up becoming friends, because her only friend, and even her friend that was in the very beginning, was even not in the world that she was reborn into, which was weird. I guess she's also dead in that world too. They didn't really specify, but there's that. There's that, and they solve who did it. It was supposedly her dad in this world that was the killer, and he was also doing the killing for the mayor also, and the mayor also hypnotized the town. So the mayor had something to do with it, but he was doing it for the mayor, said the mayor being the killer, and it's a very interesting movie. And she comes back to the world that the life she was born into, and she became friends with the weirdo again, and that's how the movie ends. But they also reference, just like I reference It's a Wonderful Life in this, they reference, hey, I'm George, you're my George, I'm George and you're my Clarence. And then they go back a little bit later, no, I'm your Clarence, I'm your George. So they flip it around both times around. And if you're not really familiar with It's a Wonderful Life has a character named George Bailey, and when he wishes that he thinks he doesn't have a wonderful life, but he realizes he does. And when he thinks that he doesn't, he has a guardian angel named Clarence. So that's what they're referencing. And Clarence shows him what's life without being born. Well, this doesn't have that type of angel. Winnie just realized that it's a different world without her being born. But the slashing and killing in this, like a slasher movie does, it's great. If we didn't have movies like Friday the 13th or Chucky or one of my alternate favorite ones, Halloween, if we didn't have those movies, we wouldn't have these spin-off little weird slasher movies, holiday ones like Black Christmas and all that stuff, even including this one, or one that's coming out this Friday, with a whole bunch of the other movies coming out this Friday. Thanksgiving, if we didn't have those movies to pave the way, as we say, as the founding fathers of the slasher genre, and we didn't have those founding fathers to be a part of that, then we won't have movies like Megan, and we won't have new ones like Megan, or a reboot of Chucky, or a Chucky TV show. Well, Chucky's TV show is also part of the founding father, because he is the founding father of it, but you get my point. If we didn't have even his TV show, or Megan, or Five Nights at Freddy's, stuff like that to coexist in this world of slashing, the slasher world of the slasher movies, then where would we be without these iconic characters? If Halloween didn't get made by John Carpenter, or if Friday the 13th didn't get made by the people who got made, because I did watch a documentary and I forgot the people who made it. If Wes Craven didn't make Scream, Ghostface, or even his first film, Nightmare on Elm Street, we won't have this type of wordplay of a movie or a Christmas slasher movie that's interesting to watch and go into theaters and go see. I highly recommend supporting this movie in the movie theaters. How long it's in the movie theater, I don't know how long it is. If you can't support it there, support it on Slasher. I know that like this day and age that movies, a lot of people don't go to movies, or a lot of people don't like to get media, what's it called? Standard Blu-ray and DVD physical media. But if you can't support in theaters, support this however way you can. This is a really good movie. I highly recommend checking it out. And also, check out the next holiday movie, which will be Thanksgiving, which is also a slasher film. Highly recommend checking that out as well. Because without the founding fathers like Michael Myers, Chucky, Ghostface, Jason, or Jason Voorhees or Freddy Krueger, we wouldn't have this type of movie. And the angel killer in this is amazing, played by two different people, Jason Long and Joel McHale. Now, Joel McHale was shocking for me because I didn't think Joel McHale would be in a movie like this. Just saying. But I knew Jason Long likes. He's on the edge of comedy, drama, and horror, I guess. But Jason Long is really good at what he does. He brings a little comedy as the mayor and all stuff like that. So I highly recommend checking this movie out when you have the chance to go see it. It's just a wonderful time. And if you don't like slasher movies, that's okay. It's still the beginning. The beginning part of the movie is like a traditional Hallmark kind of Hallmark cheesy Christmas movie. It gives you the Christmas vibes, even though it's almost about to be Thanksgiving, but you get my point. It gives you those vibes. So check out that movie. I highly recommend you will enjoy this. This is a unique slasher film that you will never ever see in theaters, probably ever again after a while, because I don't know how long it is. I mean, Hunger Games could beat it out of the water, and so can Thanksgiving. Who knows? I don't know. But yeah, if you like this video, put a like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. You know what to do. Deuces.